gonna get out of here as soon as I can! Please help me. I'm losing my mind. Please.
Hey everyone, it's me, ℚ𝕦𝕖𝕟 here, and today we're doing a how-to video. Oh, I've not been doing any of these for a long time. But this is how to fix the Ben 10 series, but writing-wise. Just like all of you, I grew up watching Ben 10, starting with the series from Ultimate Alien to Omniverse, and then getting into the classic series, and then Alien Force. And I thought that wow, Ben is really like me. He's really neat, bro. But now I'm older, and see way too many stories about a main character who's going through something called character development, and even the side characters are going through character development, and even the main cast of characters who are going through character development. And that leads me to some questions. Why could Ben 10 never go through character development? And I found the answer. It was from ℚ𝕚𝕧𝕖 the artist's video about the history of Ben 10. Well, not the actual show's timeline-wise. I'm talking about the history and development of the Ben 10 series. He looked up the ratings for both Alien Force and Omniverse and Ultimate Alien. And they seen that the show's ratings are low because Ben is not a kid anymore. He's a teenager. And so Cartoon Network decided to do the most stupidest thing I ever see in a company. Reverting the main character to their previous personality. Is that Ben acts like a 10-year-old kid. And just wow. Also, they kind of always bring back Kid Ben every single time because for nostalgia purposes. But how could, and this is a problem with the Ben 10 series. It's writing, the character development, and the things that the characters do don't make sense. This is why Ben will lose some matches that involves character writing. Here's some examples. Well, actually, some of these examples are from me, but whatever. We have Ben 10 versus ℚ𝕚𝕚, who is basically a Japanese Ben 10, but instead of being a superhero show about a girl transforming into multiple female heroes, instead it's an actual magical girl show, and even though sometimes the writing doesn't make any goddamn sense, but they did something with ℚ𝕚𝕚 that Ben 10 couldn't do, making her grow up and have a family. That's something that the Ben Prime couldn't do in his goddamn life. And another example is Spawn from Image Comics series Spawn. If you watch my short on Ben versus Spawn writing battle, you'll see that Spawn dominated Ben throughout the match. Because even though the Spawn series kind of has some questionable writing, it does something that the thing that Ben 10 couldn't do is that having a main protagonist, going from character development, and making him go through things that he missed in his life after his death. And I'm just gonna say it. I think that Ben doesn't deserve the transformation of Alien X because to me, I think Ben wasn't in the right state of his character or to deserve a powerful transformation like Alien X. Many examples of characters having a more powerful form at the end of the story make sense. We have Natsu Dragon Eel from Fairy Tail, Pegasus Seiya from Senseiya, Asta from Black Clover, and many other protagonists who gets a more powerful form through much of character development and many other things. And now let's get to the question. How could you fix Ben 10 writing-wise? So, a cartoon editor decides to make you go like, hey, make Ben act like his 10-year-old self so we get the views up. And then you go like, that doesn't make sense for the story. Who gives a hell about the story? We need money. Well, but what happens if you ignore Cartoon Network and decides to pitch a storyline that features Ben acting like an immature brat? Where are you going to use the teenage Ben from Omniverse instead of the actual kid Ben? And then you will decide to name the saga Responsibility. And yes, this is going to be a Spider-Man reference because Spider-Man is the GOAT. Oh, I don't give a damn what people say. Hey, and then introduce a villain that could be the ℚ𝕚𝕚𝕚 of the Ben 10 universe. He started whooping everyone's faces went right. Even Gwen is shocked that he copied her abilities. Even Kevin, and the rest of the characters. When Ben decides to go attack this robot with each of his aliens, he copied all of them piece by piece. When he transforms to Alien X, the robot copied Alien X's powers, and somehow Alien X was defeated by this robot. Ben is shocked that all of his aliens and even Alien X couldn't take down the robot. And then it's time for the one thing that most heroes, even in superhero shows, have to deal with: a death of a loved one. And who will be making the sacrifice to take down the robot? Grandpa Max. I know the show will not do that since he's an iconic character, but this is a how to fix Ben 10 writing wise. So yeah, Grandpa Max decided to hold the robot and open a portal to another world. Well, and sacrifice himself to save Ben and the rest of his family, who he cared so much. Ben transforms into each one of his fast aliens so he can get Grandpa Max out of there. But it was too late. Ben realized one thing. His immaturity cost him the death of his beloved grandpa, the one who has been with him ever since his days, who he looked up to as a hero. Bro. But days after Grandpa Max's supposed death, he found a recording of Grandpa Max telling Ben that the responsibilities of the Omnitrix and how ℚ𝕚𝕚 felt pain, guilt, and shame of his creation of the Omnitrix. And Grandpa Max wanted Ben to be some hope for the world, the hope for the universe. And he tells him that the power can corrupt people, but responsibility that people always have to make the world a better place. But then the robot came back, revealing Grandpa Max's skeleton. I know the story is going to be dark, but most superhero stories are dark and gritty. And so Ben transformed into many of his aliens, and he made everyone else, including Gwen, Rook, and Kevin, and the rest, to leave, because he's gonna handle the robot by himself for one last time. Ben gave it his all, the robot as well, using the powers of all the Ben's aliens against Ben. Ben gave it all of his full power, the robot as well. And then the Omnitrix was destroyed by the robot. Without the Omnitrix, but Ben, with his last will, ripped the robot's hard drive off, ending the robot that took Grandpa Max's life. Ben realized that he needs to make something that will help him in the future. And because of the storyline, this will transcend into the Ben 10K universe. The future of Ben 10,000. And Ben, as an adult, tells his son the same lesson that Grandpa Max gave him. Thanks for watching this video. And leave a like and subscribe for more. Leave down a comment what you think about this. See ya.